Business is good. I had a 100K day with Myron Golden.
Yeah. So you did $100,000 in a day. So you do coaching and consulting for?
Yes.
All right. So what is that?
Right. So I help realtors and investors make an additional 6 figures part-time without working with more buyers and sellers.
You help realtors and investors make 6 figures.
An additional 6
An additional 6 figures without working with more buyers and sellers.
Yes, part-time.
Part-time. That's I see. That's why you did $100,000 in a day.
Yes, yes. With the coaching program. Coaching program.
All right, guys, welcome to Success on Repeat. All right, welcome back, everybody, to Success on Repeat. What a blessing it is to have you here back with us for another great episode. We are in Tampa, Florida at the JW Marriott Hotel. It is a tough life, but somebody's got to live it. You know what I'm saying? And so we are welcomed here by, I'd like to welcome my special guest, Jubril. Welcome, man. How you doing?
What's going on, Ryan? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm living the dream, you know?
Yep.
Living the dream.
Glad to be here.
It is. It's good. It's good. So, Jubril, I want to introduce you to the folks. I want to hear kind of, you know, as Success on Repeat, right? We are interviewing people that are having a level of success. Tell me kind of about your business, where you're at now today. Now, I know you weren't always there, and we'll get to the story of how you got there, but tell me what's the status of your business now?
My business is good. I had a 100K day with Myron Golden.
Yeah. So you did $100,000 in a day. So you do coaching and consulting for?
Yes.
All right. So what is that?
Right. So I help realtors and investors make an additional 6 figures part-time without working with more buyers and sellers.
Okay, hang on. So you help realtors and investors make 6 figures.
An additional 6
An additional 6 figures without working with more buyers and sellers.
Yes, part-time.
Part-time. That's I see. That's why you did $100,000 in a day.
Yes. Yes. With the coaching program. With the coaching program, high ticket offer, as Myron teaches us.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so then you did $100,000 in a day. You've had a coaching program now, and you have a bunch of students in it, sounds like?
Well, with the premium that I charge, I didn't have to have a lot of students. I mean, it's grown to that, but to get the 100K in a day, that was a $27,500 offer.
So then it only takes 4, really?
There you go.
Yeah.
6 applied.
Yeah.
2 didn't make it. 4 stuck.
Got it. Okay, very nice. Man, that's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. So it doesn't take a lot.
Yeah, that is exciting. I think a lot of people think making 6 figures, when you do the math, it seems daunting, right? Because they never. Well, I take it back. Because they don't do the math, it seems daunting, right? Right. They didn't think like, well, all I need to do is sell 4 $27,000 offers.
But I didn't think of like that before. Right. Myron helped me think like that. I mean, it was a time, and we talked about a zero story when I was only making $15,000 a year. Yeah. And I had a daughter, I still have her. She's 19, Jubril Wilson. Yeah. Shout out, and that was barely enough to do anything. I mean, $15,000, and I'm a realtor. I'm a broker. Yeah. That didn't do barely anything for me. Yeah. I got you. Okay, so obviously you didn't. You know, it's obviously Myron played a big role in this, but Myron's job is helping people become the person that will do the thing. You came with maybe some knowledge of the thing that you were doing, right? The call that God gave you to do something, right? Yes. You don't just show up one day and all of a sudden, you know, Myron sprinkled some magic fairy dust on you and you did it. So you weren't always in this position. So I want to hear kind of your story from where you came from to kind of how you got to this point. Sure. It probably started about 2013, 14. I was at a conference for Tom Ferry. So that's real estate. So coaching, that's why I totally believe in coaching. Yeah. I met a young lady named Nancy Vadreen. She told me about a lady named Mary Morris. She said I went to another conference. Okay. From that conference, I started learning about personal development. Yeah. And what would you love? That's what she promoted. What would you love? Yeah. And she had 4 quadrants: your love and relationships, time, money, freedom, your health, and vocation. Yeah. So I had to work on all those quadrants, and I talked about relationships. I had a divorce, so that was the area. Health was down. Yeah. Time, money, freedom. So I didn't really understand all of that, but I knew that it could be something better. So that's when I first got into all of it. So that helped my real estate business because then I became a better person. I became that person. Ah, I see. I see. Yes, I do. And I specialize in new home construction. That's my niche. So I took the risk and bet on myself. Got into her platinum program. Okay. A year later, she's marrying my wife and I. How funny.
Yeah. And I got to meet Bob Proctor, who was my mentor in the past. My wife helped me find Myron Golden a month later, and the rest is history. And that's
the rest is history. Yes. So now what happened and worked for you, because you were able to find success in the real estate business by receiving some coaching, now you're doing the pay it forward thing where you're helping other people do the same thing.
There you go.
Okay, man, that's awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, that's it's a positive thing to do that, obviously. When you think of a lot of people just taking advantage of people. But when you've received help from elsewhere, when you've received it, it's almost like there's a proverb that says, "He who has a good thing, right? Has an obligation essentially to go out and give it to others." I think you can actually. There's one that talked about corn, right? Okay. The man that has the corn. He who withholds the corn, right? The people will curse him. But he who sells it, right, will be like loved or whatever. Will prosper.
Right.
And so. And if people don't have skin in the game, right, they have to pay for something, right? Then the information isn't valuable to them. So obviously you're helping people. You said realtors and investors,
correct,
make an additional $100,000 without, right,
working with more buyers.
And
remember, I said part-time.
Part-time.
They teach us that it's not time. Myron always talks about that. It's not the time. It's how you view the time and how you think.
Got it. So obviously that's something that I think anybody would want if they're a realtor and investor. Right. So if we have any realtors or investors, how is it that you do that? What's your program like? What do they do?
Well, it's different things. I mean, we have digital products, and then we have courses.
Sure.
So with the courses, they would meet me maybe every other week. It usually is about 6 months, and then we have a 9-month program.
Okay.
And then we also can meet up in person. So we have to meet up in person.
Okay.
And when we meet up in person, instead of doing hotels, we made a new home construction site.
How funny.
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because new home construction site, that's what you're doing, right?
Yes. Yes. So even if they don't want to do new home construction, they still meet there. That's one of my partners. Remember, not working with more buyers and sellers, work with the builders.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because you just have working with one buyer, a lot of the builders do a lot of the marketing. So now you tag team with them. Yeah. You become their waiter. You say, hey, what type of buyer would you like?
Yeah.
Oh, but it gets even bigger. Remember I said 6 figures part-time?
Yeah.
I work with 2 of the top builders, D.R. Horton and Lennar.
Yeah.
They're all over the world.
They are.
So now my coaching clients, my realtors, coaching clients, I just find out what area they're in. I send them a realtor, they give me a fee, and they're in my inner circle, so they're the ones who get those contracts.
Got it.
Get a percentage.
So it's just rinse and repeat. You're just able to put agents all over the place.
There you go.
And get them in where they would go trying to figure out even who to talk to. They wouldn't even know, right? You've already got the inside.
I have the relationship.
Yeah.
Yes. But it started in one spot.
Yes.
And I just build it and build it and build it out. So so now regionally, they know who I am. I even have stock in both of the companies. Oh yes. Gotta be in it all the way.
Yeah. That's good. That means you believe in it.
Right. And anything that's a resale or something, I just refer it out to my team.
Sure. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so obviously your students would be very excited to receive those relationships.
Right.
How do you make sure that the people that are out there, like what is your qualification to make sure they're the right person? Because they're going to be representing you with this relationship. So that's a touchy thing. How do you make sure that the people that you're working with are the right people?
Oh, well, the people I'm working with are realtors, but they have to be in my coaching program.
For sure, but even then, right, they're applying to get these relationships, right?
Right.
So then is there any qualifications that you need them to have in order to work with you in the coaching program?
Just to follow the system. We have the system mapped out. Also pair them up. I usually look at how much are they producing, because that would also depend if the type of percentage or how we're going to work that out.
Yeah.
So, but for the most part, most people who are a realtor, they have a good record.
Yeah.
You got to do things to keep your license up.
Yeah, that's right. You got to have your license.
It's not like you just walk in and say I'm a realtor. They have to go through a test, a strict test to do that. And I also have a program for that to help people become realtors and brokers.
Oh, okay.
It's all inclusive. Remember, I said realtors and investors, and what I've learned is people who are investors want to get their license eventually.
A lot of times, yeah.
Yes, because they can do a little bit more.
Yeah, and then obviously there's different times where an investor either wants to have a license or maybe it would be worse for them to have a license. You got to coach them on which one to go with. Yeah. It's cool. But it's also the reason there's a licensing exam is because there's information that people need to have in order to start doing it. Right?
Yes, and technically because of the RESPA laws, as we know, you really can't pay people quote unquote under the table.
Right.
So just even if they just wanted that, and especially if they're dealing with high volume,
right.
You might be able to do it once or twice, but if you have a whole slew of things and all they want to do is refer out.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
No, not for me as a broker and not for them.
Sure. That makes sense. Okay. If somebody wants to find you, where would they go to find you?
Sure, they can find me on Instagram, two New Home University.
Okay, New Home University.
The Real Jubril.
The Real Jubril. That's Jubril.
Yes,
okay.
_JB.
Okay.
And they can go to newhomeuniversity.com.
Newhomeuniversity.com, got it.
Or they can contact me direct, 301-509-7138.
Okay, perfect. We'll put the links and everything down there in the description so that people can reach out to you. Any last words for the folks?
We're at a conference, right?
Yeah.
We're one of the biggest ones in the world. People take notes, and that's great. But what you need to do is take action.
Yeah.
Take action.
That's right. Take action. All right. All right, guys, you heard it. If you want to be successful as a realtor or an investor and you'd like an additional $100,000 a year part-time without dealing with more buyers and sellers, Jubril might be able to help you with that. So check them out. We'll see you on the next one.